No, my seats ain't that close, bro. My seats is in the 100s.
Y'all sitting on the
No, not like right by me. Huh?
side of the seat.
Oh,
Oh, the girl.
not the girl. No, girlfriends be sitting close. Huh? Yeah, I'm behind you like 12 rows.
Really?
Well, I'm saying I sit on the floor where I sit now, but I'm saying my seats are.
Oh, your seats, okay.
They like you ain't never sitting there.
Yeah, anyway, right.
I'm getting on the floor with them neck high. Fuck the bull.
Feet touching the floor, the court.
I need players that for me to fuck up.
All right.
When they scold, nigga. Yeah, it be players that be talking shit to me and I be too far back for them to respond.
For you to respond to them?
Hard with the host. That nigga got this shit tatted on his body.
No cap.
The man is. You got
Real ATM.
I see that.
You did. Westside APS.
Where your
That's all I know.
family's tattoo
Fortune
is,
County.
You scared of that one?
Yeah, that nigga.
He's scared of that one. He's scared of that one. If they the
I'm
beat
gonna get the old Dirty Bird, the long falcon.
Oh, the Deion Sanders, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that's what you gonna get.
I'm gonna get that old school motherfucker. We had, what that nigga name? Jamal Anderson.
Yeah.
That's right here. That's right here. That's right here.
That old Andre Ryan.
Ain't no guy come out with a game now.
You gotta get a Waffle House tattoo.
Hell no, I ain't get no Waffle House. They racist.
Motherfucker.
They could be eat there. They don't get that shit on my back.
285.
No cap. Shot of drink.
Chantrell's logo, nigga.
Then I'm gonna have to get everybody beautiful, Mr. Everything. I'm gonna have to get boys brown.
I never told you. Thank you for that goddamn Mr. Everything, nigga. That shit was
Everything on the
bomb.
chain one. I told you, nigga, I'm gonna put you up on game.
I get Marta on your back. Marta.
Nah, Marta going through some things right now, man.
Yeah, they see you.
that shit.
Yeah, RP, man.
That's crazy,
crazy.
man. For you to go out like that.
That's crazy.
That's the only way you can go.
Now, I mean, yeah, that's like us going out on 85 and just standing in the road.
Go crazy. Damn.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine the type of stress you got to be under though for you to pick that
Yeah.
out of all the ways to go, nigga?
I don't want to know what type of stress that is. That's some stress. You ready to go. Fuck the bullshit. You don't want no accident, no nothing. You ready to go.
Man, people don't just do that shit for no reason.
That's why you gotta pray for people's mental health, man, cause that shit is serious. Pray for people instead of praying on people.
Bars.
Dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No cap. Another motherfucker who ain't worried about you. It's a beautiful day. Hey. All the folks over there doing so good, man, cause they get money, man. They ain't worried about no goddamn bad. Shit. But the crazy part about it, the older I get, I realize how mental health is serious. Cause you ain't got nothing but time to think about all the bullshit that went on in your life.
See? You wasn't trying to hit me when I was telling you that shit BT Awards, nigga.
I ain't think that.
You was like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. That shit weird. I was like, Fly, I'm telling you. Nah, nigga, nigga, what's your problem? Like, nigga, that ain't the case. You gotta get that shit out. You got too much stress,
It's
man.
too much going on, boy. Nigga be 35, still tripping off shit. He was 14.
14, 13, you gotta let that shit
let
go.
that shit go,
Especially
man.
all the shit we done seen in our life, boy. Gotta talk to somebody about that shit.
But that's why I realize a lot of people don't pray though. They don't thank the Lord. Yeah, why? They don't thank the Lord, but they need to start to thank the Lord. Every day you wake up, gotta go home. Hey, you seen him the other day. Open up your eye, don't pray.
What you say?
Hey, we in the baby with big Tigger. Everybody in the circle with some rhythm. Hey, Round City in the basement. No replacement. Hold up what you chasing. That money I be thinking. On my mind, I'll never be drinking. No, cause I'm scared of the UI.
They didn't lock the DC on fly.
Hey, Chico, I'm smoking weed, so I'm still high. Hey, I'm high in the sky. No cap. Thank the Lord. Gotta stay prayed up and thank the Lord. Come on. Hey, thank the Lord. Gotta stay prayed up and thank the Lord. What we do?
We got to pray.
Everywhere you would, you stay. What we gotta do?
Pray.
Cause I be on my knees like, hey Lord, it's me again. Thank you for the blessing you send. If you got some extras left over, give them to me, my friend. He's like, what? That's really what you want? You don't have to thank me, son. I'm gonna do it cause I want. I'm like, wow. I'm like, how? He's like, when? He's like, now. He's like, all the blessings up here, man, they start to come down. Where you live? You my son. That's your crib. I'm gonna make sure that you straight. I'm your father. That's what it is.
We got to pray, thank the Lord. We got to pray, we got to pray. You got to pray, thank the Lord. He can help you reach your goals. I said a prayer and found $1 when I was washing clothes. I'm like, damn, God, thank you for the blessing you just sent. If you know what I know, then you got to repent and say thank you for giving me another day. Hey, that's why I get down on my knees and pray. Okay, I know my blessings coming every day. That's why I send all my blessings up to. Hey, you gotta pray. You got to pray.
Hey man, welcome back to the Inside Show.
You know what's going on.
Yeah, you caught us. You caught us. And then praising the Lord. You know
Oh,
it.
damn.
In public.
In public. Thanking Yahweh in public.
In public.
Come on, man. Shalom.
All that. Whoever you pray to.
Not whoever.
No.
Whoever.
Not whoever. Some of them niggas be tripping. Some of them niggas be tripping. I had to
Not
read
whoever.
that.
We ain't gonna claim that. I knew I wasn't wrong.
You wrong.
You did it wrong.
One God.
Whatever you call him.
Yeah.
Whatever you call him.
Man, who we gotta,
Okay.
man, listen, this special loads today.
We got a legend.
Man,
Oh,
it's
real.
overdue.
All the way.
It's overdue. Ain't no way he been in Atlanta this long and ain't been by the trap.
I know.
I mean, the trap is the cousin of the basement.
Right.
Amen.
We basically in here,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, trying to keep the legacy alive.
Right. Following the blueprint that was laid down by this gentleman right here.
Man,
We need a mic. We need a mic. We need a microphone. Dim the lights.
hey man, if it wasn't for this man right here, you might have missed out on some of the coldest interviews, the coldest freestyles, the coldest visuals, man. He has a vault of culture
All the way
that
back.
he ain't even spoke about yet.
All the way. I grew up listening to this brother. I'm from Washington, D.C., as everybody knows, in 95.5 WPGC. The area was hosted by this brother. He used to ride a bike, you know what I mean, ride up and down the streets of D.C., you know what I mean. You would see this dude out, you know what I mean. He was a part of the city, man. The city is a big part of the culture of the city is because of what this man laid down. I'm talking about go-go music on the radio. This brother right here, man.
Icon.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Big Tigger in the trap. Today, we didn't even get to the accolades. Man is on albums, movies.
Yeah.
Be dating all
on the
types
game.
of
Hold up,
fine
he
women
going
and
down the
shit.
court.
Announcer, radio
Everything.
personality.
Radio personality.
Facts.
I just did an event with him at a college where he's giving back to the HBCUs, man.
A philanthropist.
A philanthropist. All of that.
Man. Icon, pioneer, man.
I can leave now.
No, you good, man.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
Before
that.
we
We,
get
got a bad
started,
record of that.
We are
Just
fingers
to start
leaving.
this, we just want to say thank you for all the work that you done put
No
in.
cap, man.
You get what I'm saying?
You're a legend, man.
Shit.
Atlanta, man.
Yeah, man, because you've been a part of a lot of the culture.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the first person when I got to Atlanta call me legend. I was like, ooh, it made me feel old.
Oh, you is. No cap.
I kind of started to get used to it, and people call me, the other person called me OG. And I'm like,
You OG?
But it's as I've been in Atlanta almost 10 years now and look back on it, and, you know, like, Rap City ended 15, 16 years ago. And
People still talking about it every day.
One day that went by, somebody ain't say, you bringing it back?
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
It's a conversation. If it doesn't happen, I have 3 letters for you to blame.
We know the 3
Yeah,
levels.
we know the 3 letters. We ain't gonna say it. Oh, man.
We love them, but
Yeah. They gotta be right.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, most of the time when I think about it, and I get the love that I get from people like you, that people are, you know, now basically the pulse of the culture. Feels good to know that, you know, like if I disappeared tomorrow, they'd be like, I'll be remembered for something.
Bro, ain't no way you gonna be able to disappear tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we don't know.
Look how much shit you do a year, bro. You be hosting that like celebrity basketball games. You hosting shit in Punta Cana.
Punta Cana.
And fucking Memorial Day weekends and the Atlanta Hawks.
He been there.
Yeah, I was there. He had a white, he came by the way. He was like, hold on, DC. And we're live. Punta Cana. I'm like, this nigga.
Waiting on baggage. You like, man, they're hosting baggage claim.
It's great.
No, it would definitely be noticed if you just disappeared. Ain't nobody about to let you disappear. You got like 100 events to host this shit.
Amen. We got to get to work. That's why that was the hardest thing about the pandemic. I couldn't be outside.
Damn.
My first question is, I always thought you were from DC. What brought you to the city?
I went to University of Maryland, College Park.
Okay.
On a partial track scholarship.
You running?
Yeah.
Half the time.
Yes.
It was partial.
Tore my hamstring my freshman year.
That's tough.
And I was in rehab, and then my major needed a research internship. So I went up to WPGC. I was like, because I had been DJing since 16. I was like, fine, I'm down, I'm in a new place. I can get some free records, meet some people, and do all my stuff since I'm not running as many. I was there like 2 months. I walked into the studio to get something from Al BD. Al BD was like, he was like, hold on for a second. I watched him do a radio break, and I was amazed. Like, I was like, so I was like, I came to get da-da-da-da, da-da-da-dee. And he was like, I was like, well, question, how much can you make doing this?
Right.
He was like, you can make anywhere from 50,000 to 5 million. And he was like, oh, you about to show me this.
Right.
So I switched to under Albie, and Albie took me under his wing. I became his producer and his intern. And then I just kept pushing. I just kept saying, yo, somebody let me in. And when I finally got my break to do nights on radio in DC, like the whole thing was, I knew I wasn't from DC, but I had a roommate in college who was from Temple Hills. Okay. So I had a good pulse of what the area was like, and he had already taken me to Dino's, he had already taken me to East Side to see Go-Go and all of that. So I was well indoctrinated, and I knew it for me to fit in, I didn't have to act like I was from DC, but I had to know DC. Right. So that's what I did, and that's why lots of people, DC be like, nah, he belonged to us. Right. And then New York be like, nah, he belonged to us. Right. So that's just how it kind of came about. But I love DC, Maryland, Virginia gave me my first opportunity to be me.
That's beautiful, man. Crazy. Beautiful, man. All the way. Now, what made you make the transition down here? I mean, of course, this is the mecca.
This is dirty.
But what made you go from being a New Yorker to coming to DC, which is like that midway point, you know what I mean, and then transitioning all the way down to the South?
Well, true story, I actually got fired on my birthday.
That's some whole ass shit. Some whole ass shit.
I got fired.
I know what that feel like, but that's fucked up.
Hey man, if you ever want to do some fuck shit to me, don't fucking wait till my birthday. I tell you that much.
I got fired on my birthday.
I tell you that fucking much. Don't wait on my fucking birthday.
My birthday is 3 days before Christmas.
Damn. This story is getting worse and worse.
My birthday was on a Friday.
It was on a Friday.
So they had to wait that whole weekend.
Right. So I mean, it was good though. I was under contract. They had to pay me out the rest of my contract. About 6 to 8 months later, I was like, all right, I need to get some work. So I called Reggie. It was like, Reggie, you need anybody down there? He said, come down, do a couple shifts. Let's see how it fit, how it sound. They had some other things they were trying to move around, and he was like, you want to come to Atlanta? I was like, sure. Because I had been here all the time. I had been to Luda's events. I've been to Tremaine's events. You know, all the stuff that was happening down here. So it was like, it felt right. It was a right fit for me. Everything. This is, as it was becoming when I got here in 2013, what it is now. It's all music, film, TV. Everything that is what I do is all here. So it made a lot of sense.
So how did the Rap City come about? How did the mogul, the main thing, the big shebang, now how did that come about?
So I was already on DC. This is when BET was still in DC.
Right.
And I got a call from them. They was like, we need a younger voice to do like little promo stuff.
Right.
So like I would go down there once a week and be like, Teen Summer's brought to you by Snickers. Hungry while wait. Like stuff like that. And then every time I was down there, my plan worked in radio. I just kept pushing people. I was just bumping into people. Hey, you need me to do something? You need me to do something? You need me to do something? So about 6 months later, they had Keith Paschal and Greg Trent came to me. It was like, we got this segment we want to try 1 day a week. It was like, it's only 2 minutes. I was like, I don't give a.
Right.
It was called Hip Hop News.
Right.
And I would literally go shoot whatever the hip hop news was for the week for 2 minutes. But I mean, the first time it came on, I was like, I'm in 70 million homes for 2 minutes. I was excited. You didn't tell me nothing. So I kept doing that. And then the end of the season happened. It was 2 hosts at the time. It was Big Les and Joe Claire.
All right. Yeah.
Damn, the original host, Chris
Joe
Thomas. Shout out, that's how long I've been down. Shout out to the mayor.
Joe moved to New York. Les moved to LA. They needed somebody local in DC. And since I was already doing a segment on the show, that year was me, Joe, and Les were the 3 hosts, and KRS-One did the intro for the whole show. And you couldn't tell me nothing after that. And then the following year, Stephen Hill took over, and I, and Craig Henry sat down and came up with this concept we all know as the basement.
Oh my goodness, man. And there's so much history that come out that building. I just went and did something with Red Grant, who's running for mayor. And you know, he was
OG.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Nigga, listen enough. I can't call him that no more. He running for mayor.
But you know, we went and did a tour of the building, and I didn't, you know, being from the city, I knew that the building was there, but you know, I was watching Teen Summit and everything, but going in there and seeing all of the cubicles, and he's showing us all of the history of what you guys laid down in that building is amazing, man. It's a lot of legendary stuff y'all did coming out of that BET building in DC.
There was a lot happening in DC at that time. If I was in the right place at the right time with the right set of skills a bunch of times, and I just kept pushing. I was relentless. And, you know, that came one of my, before it was a hashtag, that was my hashtag, be relentless. Like I was like, all right, no?
It was still a pound sign back then.
Right.
Oh, let me ask you this. You brought up the hashtag. This was actually trending on Twitter at one point. The freestyles. Like, they was trying to figure out who had the coldest Rap City freestyles. Who gets your vote? Give me some of your top freestyles from the era.
Question, though.
Because it was trending, bro. You know,
That's all though.
exactly.
Okay, one of my favorites was Rap City The Bashment, which was me, Elephant Man, Buju Banton, and Bobby Condos was playing the track. And that was big for me because even today when I go to the Caribbean, they are still talking about that one freestyle because they had never seen anything like that in Jamaica on national television. Cameron Counting Money, of course.
That was cold. That was cold as fuck, man.
Wayne's, Wayne verse, everybody talks about the Wayne verse.
Wayne retarded.
Every time, me and Luda had 3. And the one that I remember the most is Luda came in and he was like, he said something like kidnap free and hold it for and ransom for 10,000. And then I played right off of that in the freestyle when I jumped in and I was like something. I was like, you got me so all up in my feelings. Damn 10 grand, you better bring 10 million or something like that. And everybody in the booth was like, ah! So me and Luda had 3 epic ones. I mean, there was so many good ones. LL's one was kind of crazy. DMX,
of course.
There were so many iconic moments. I tell people there's no right or wrong answer. Whatever felt the most amazing to you is what it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but for you though, like, you just named the ones that was the as far as the artist, but as far as you, what do you think your best performance in the booth?
KRS, I got to go in the booth. I grew up on KRS-One. So going in with KRS-One, going in with Rakim, going in with LL.
God MC.
Like you in the
I punked out with Jay when it.
You did?
I was a little nervous.
Why?
I got excited and then he was going and I was like, nah, you gotta Jay. This is when the Black Album came out and I was like, if I don't kill it after Jay, everybody's gonna talk about how I messed it up.
Right,
so I was like, nah, you good, we good. It's Black Album, for tyrants. Just go ahead.
Did all the episodes you did come out?
I believe all of them came out. Cause we did, like it wasn't live, but we taped them like 2-3 days before they came out. I don't think there's any like vault somewhere of things that we didn't shoot. But it was a lot of fun to go in there every day and go head to head with some people I respected, some people I didn't respect.
That's hard interviewing people like.
Well, I mean, the interview part that's where to be a professional. I ain't gotta love you, I still got a job to do, so we gonna talk when we talk. But when we get in the booth, if I felt like you wasn't up to par, I came at some people a little harder than other people. So, because I was like, I know what I could do. Like, now here's your 72 million homes.
Right.
Here's your opportunity to sell 12 million albums. You better show out. And I tell people, you ain't gotta come off the top for me. Do whatever's gonna sell your album.
Facts.
Some people did better than others, and some people didn't.
Can you say who you were like?
And like real time when the camera went out, you like, but that shit was
too sensitive, man. They gonna be like, no.
I mean, these niggas old now. These niggas like 50.
Nah, it don't matter. I already
You
know.
a booty, nigga.
I had some really dope memories though. Like the first time we ever saw Kanye West in the booth.
Okay.
Kanye came, and Kanye was very much Kanye behind the scenes. He wanted to, if you watch it, I just saw it again for the first time the other day. He shouts out all his artists, GLC and all of that. He wanted them to come in the booth with him. The network said no because they didn't know him. And he was Kanye to the fullest. He was acting an ass the whole time. Finally, he went in there and did his thing, and I literally was like, dog, this is your first network look on BET, and you're gonna say you don't want to do it,
right?
Because they ain't gonna put your peoples in there. And I was like, I'm really talking to him on the steps, like, are you serious? And he was like, I do it. So he did it, and he smashed it. It was just, I mean, there was so many good moments that we saw and people didn't see, and behind the scenes things. So I'm really appreciative of that whole situation.
I got one more about the freestyle. Which one of the ladies came through and smashed it?
Which one of the ladies? We had one that had a whole ladies first thing.
Yeah.
It was Rod Digger.
Digger.
Moni Love.
Moni in the middle. Where's she at?
In the middle.
Rod, Moni. Oh God, who's the other MC? Jazzy Joyce was on the Wheels of Steel, and I think it was Trina. All of them did like a ladies first type thing in the booth. That was kind of dope.
Did Missy ever come in the booth?
I think Missy came once. We had some other moments when people that you wouldn't expect to be in there. Destiny's Child came. Mary J came. We closed it with Mama Tigger, aka Patti LaBelle.
Ooh, she finally came downstairs. That was
the man that we can't talk about anymore came by.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask. I was gonna do it.
You definitely got a song.
Might as well. You don't know who move your body like a snake, ma. Move your body like a snake, ma. You know what I
Man, them niggas still be listening to that nigga
know,
shit.
man.
Them niggas be
Tigger got 5 songs with him.
You do.
Yeah.
You still be listening to it? I be listening to it.
They was boys.
You know you listen to it.
I got one that came out. 2 that came out was Snake and the Snake remix.
Right.
There was a remix to a JS song, Ice Cream, that never came out.
You think you was on a JS? You was on the ice cream? Come and get a scoop of my
you gotta
ice
make a remix.
cream, baby.
Why ain't no
JS
put it
got
out?
the flavors that you know what drive you crazy.
I sent me the track, and he was like da-da-da-da, and I sat there, and I still remember that thing. And I was thinking all his ice cream references in the joint, and I think my verse was whatever you need, I got that. I dream of cookies and cream, strawberry pralines and chocolate. Top that off with whipped cream and 10 cherries. Your flavor's more major than any Ben & Jerry's. Watch me, Big Tigger, get all up in this shit. Fresh vanilla butter pecan, I'm gonna lick up your nice rum raisin. Girl, you are amazing. Ice cold, but the way you roll that is Cajun.
See? Hey, you been waiting to rap that shit.
Cajun roll.
It came out.
He been waiting to get that.
You was waiting to get that shit out. You like, listen, but I know how it go. And go ice cream, please.
That was a long time ago. I'm just happy I remember that.
You proud of that one, boy.
In his band.
All the way.
They got a song that never came out. It's called Ice Cream Flavor. Boy, hard for a nigga remember that verse. Here you go. What it is? There you go. Well, that was good. That was good.
So, like, being as though you dabbled in the recording industry, like, did you ever just think, like, you know what, I'm about to go full time and put an album out?
Had a couple meetings. Had 3 meetings. Didn't like the way the meetings went. I was already doing Rap City. I had a radio show in New York at the time. We started Power 105 in New York.
Oh, you was on that?
Yeah, I was on when it first launched. I was doing
The OG and shit, man.
Power
Niggas started all this shit.
So I mean, it was like I had 2 other hustles, and I was like, for me to put a hustle down, because I was going, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta focus on it. And I was like, for me to put a hustle down in a platform down, this deal gotta be right. And they was kind of, oh, we don't know. But Snake was going crazy too, and I was like, really, we don't know? So I was like, the other difference for me is I had an outlet every day at 4 o'clock. So anytime I went, like the best, that's why a lot of artists' first album is their best. They got 20 years of what they've been going through, what they've been feeling. They just, and their first album was like, okay. Then the second album, they got to go live some more to, put it together. I was every day, either on radio, just doing my show, Rap City in the booth. So I had lots of different ways to express myself. So I wasn't like, I got to get this shit out. I mean, I didn't get it is the music business, and the business wasn't right. So that's why we never got an album.
So how much music are you sitting on?
know you sitting on a lot of shit.
You just wait.
If you just, I'm telling you, you got a lot of shit. You wanna hear another? I got it.
Hey.
That's when I wrote it 99. Ice cream sandwiches.
This is about chips.
Y'all ain't shit.
I would say I had a good deal of music, but it's all mostly dated at this point. At one point, I was when Swiss first launched Full Surface. It was Cassidy, Mashonda, Bounty Killer, and people don't know Tigger. And we was working on. They did a mixtape, Full Surface mixtape, which was like and I did a verse on it. Mashonda's record at the time, but we was working it out, and then it just didn't work out. So I mean, I got some songs, and me and Swiss did some things together. So me and Swiss always like, yeah, remember that joint? It was like, it's been a lot of fun, man. We did a remix to a song, another song that didn't come out. It was a song for RL. RL had a song that Swiss did, and I think it was a remix, but it didn't come out. But like even RL be like, yo, that verse, I remember that verse. So I mean, the long story short is I don't have any regrets. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm at where I'm supposed to be.
Right, too.
I mean, I made it to the trap, so I gotta be winning.
Hey, boy, you in the motherfucking trend now. One thing about it.
That's big.
Man, well,
Making it to the trap. Fuck all that other shit. This shit gonna come out too.
Yeah,
I'm more damping. We gonna put it out.
After years of working, like what keeps you motivated? Because you didn't, you know, I mean, if you was to sit down now, your legacy is cemented. So what is there left for you to do?
Even with doing all this, like what keeps you just going?
I think, first of all, most of the stuff that I do is fun. You know, hosting, you know, for the Falcons, being a PA announcer for the Hawks, Big Tigger Morning Show on V103. I mean, I had a new show this past summer on Revolt called Off Top. All the stuff that I get to do is usually fun. And if it's not fun, it has to be so enormously, ridiculously lucrative that I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
Right.
So I've been able to move in that way in a lot of ways. Other than, I mean, I just like doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lofty goal or anything. Like, oh, I want to go down and, you know, like the whole time I just been blessed that people respect me for being me, because I've been me the whole time. Like people who met me back then, like, oh, you say, you know, all right. You ain't get brand new on me. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the thing that keeps me moving is I'm still viable, still, you know, somebody relevant. You know, this is my 28th year in radio, 25th in television.
God damn, I'm about to be 30, man. I was a baby when you was first getting a job.
Finally got some old niggas up here with us.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, let me ask you this then. As an older gentleman,
An elder statesman.
yeah, how do you find the new shit? Like the new rap, yeah, the new shit.
Some of it is better than others.
But I'm saying, how do you find it? Because a lot of this shit.
Oh, where do you locate it?
Yeah, where you locate Because I got a young nigga that put me up on the young shit.
But luckily, I work at a radio station, and I usually be like, Greg, what's crazy?
I don't work at the radio
Swamp
station.
Izzo, what's crazy?
My young nigga be like, hey, OG, this one of the one. You might fold with this one.
Yeah, so apparently Super Gremlin is a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's some new shit.
Am I a part of Super Gremlin is a thing? I just had to find that out, you know, from other people. That's kind of the way. Around the station, I asked my young people at the station, Sturgis, Greg Street, Swamp Izzo, Peanut. I'd be like, all right, what's poppin'? And they be like, oh, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy. I'm like,
they just put me up on this dude, Big Yavo.
Big Yavo, yeah.
Big Yavo.
Big Yavo.
Okay.
Shout out to Big Yavo.
Yeah, man. So 28 years and pushing 30 years, my question to you, being as though we just getting really started in our journey in this game for real, like what would you say the time where it stopped being about money for you? Like where the money stopped being the motivation and you was just like, you know what?
Yeah, because I don't want to get to that point.
I mean, for real.
Hold on, let's be clear.
I always like the money.
I mean, you know, when I say the money stopped being, because you just said if I'm doing something that's fun, unless it's super duper lucrative.
Right.
I'm sure there was a time where it didn't have to be super lucrative. We were just like, a check.
Yep.
I got it. Whatever. You know what I mean?
I learned at some point that not all the bags are good bags. So I've been offered some bags to do some things that wouldn't sit well with me, or to be in places that I probably shouldn't be, or doing, you know, like it was just. I remember like like back then, I remember that I got offered to do something with malt liquor, and malt liquor wasn't, you know, like even though I drank it, I wasn't about to be running around telling everybody else to drink malt liquor.
Right.
And then, so it was just like different. I always tell people, for y'all who are doing amazing well, I would tell you to always stay true to your brand, stay true to yourself. As long as you can get up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror, and be like, I'm good with me, and still cut the lights on, then you should be happy. You know what I'm saying? You could always want bigger and better, but it gotta start there. Like, you gotta be able to be like, all right, me and me is good. I feel good about me inside. I could wake up, I could still go to sleep. I ain't worried about, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? That's the hardest trade-off with the money part. I would just to continue to tell y'all the bag is, we all chasing the bag all day long, but sometimes you're like, yeah, maybe not. When the first time you do it, you'll notice it. It's not like something specific that happened, it's just like out of nowhere, you be like,
Okay.
I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do the Trump rally. Something like that.
Yeah, I'd do it. I'd do it. I wish the fuck I would.
Pull up on the vote.
What would you do?
Shit, what they won't done. I'm finna charge these motherfuckers so much money.
You gonna be that nigga slave, man. Well, you know we're gonna get Karlous out there. He's gonna pay us about 3 million.
Shot
Karlous gonna do that
Y'all gonna
Karlous
look on
thing
Fox
about
News,
3
it's gonna
million.
be on there. Black people have to make a way for themselves. Stop blaming the white man for everything. How much are they paying this nigga? A lot. A lot. Slavery was misinformation.
Hell nah. I'm gonna come back in there. Hell nah, he bullshit.
No,
he ain't bullshit.
No, he ain't.
Nigga got cloned. It's a clone.
Shit.
You know that nigga from Mississippi?
Yeah,
That nigga
never
can't
be able
wait.
to go home again.
I've been waiting to leave you
I
nigga.
can't wait.
Can't wait to
And
about
just
to
how I
cook
love
me a
Trump
chick.
watching this shit, I knew I had one of them. I had one of them.
Like, yeah, we're gonna get that Karlous guy.
Right
He
now.
gonna see that shit and be like, look at my African American. Isn't he wonderful?
That nigga stupid.
Oh man, is there anybody that you ever wanted to get in the booth with that you didn't?
I wasn't. He's gone before. 2 people, Big and Pac, passed before the show happened. Anybody else I really wanted? I think I pretty much got in with just about everybody else.
Thanks.
I would have loved to get in with ODB, passed before it happened.
That shit would have been
Oh my
legendary.
God.
I just wonder what his opening bar would have been.
You stinking ass!
What if you got Michael Jackson in that motherfucker?
Man, that
That would have been so cool.
Mike
Tigger,
Myers.
I got it, Tigger. Tigger, I got it. I got it.
I
Put the
just
beat on.
missed him at the. So the one time he came to BET Awards, I was backstage when he came off the stage, and it was like a line of people. We was all waiting to be like, "Hi, Mike!" And as soon as he was like, right where you at, they made him go that way. And I was like, "No!"
You was close.
But you saw him.
I saw him this close.
He was close.
That's it.
That's
I needed to dap Mike up.
Was he standing there or was he floating?
He was kind of floating.
Because Dallas also said that nigga can go from over there to over there and nobody would even see him move.
It was him and James Brown coming off the stage.
Damn.
Because that's what he did at the BET Awards.
That's a lot.
It was honoring James Brown, and he came out and put the cape on James Brown, and then did the little James Brown with James Brown, and we was all like that. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm going backstage, because I know what side they're coming off of. I went backstage and was sitting there like this. I'm going to say hi to Michael Jackson. He was like, "Eh." I was like, damn.
Damn.
I mean, if I'd have missed Mike, I definitely would have caught James. James, what's on the phone with Selma? Hell yeah, they said that shit on the camera. I need that, bro. James probably
I said that shit on the camera.
Nigga, I'd have loved to see you and James Brown, nigga.
Me and
That's
James.
a
I
crazy
have a
story.
Loose legs and James Brown.
Well, what you want me to do, motherfucker? I do it for you, James.
What's one of the craziest rooms you've been in? You got the Michael Jackson, James Brown story. Like you ever looked up in the room and be like, ain't nobody ever gonna believe this shit if I tell them.
James Brown,
I
Michael
did a
Jackson.
couple of them. Let me think about it for a second. So I remember one year, we were at New Year's, it was New Year's Eve in Miami. And we were at the Delano, I think.
Right.
And I think Jamie Foxx and Snoop were performing. So they had like this dinner. We went to Snoop's room. Snoop introduced, I don't really smoke that often, but every once in a while, Snoop had he had a little mini coffee grinder. Snoop he had one little L out, passing around. Everybody was high. He was like, oh man.
Hold up, well see, you heard that? Did you hear that?
What?
That nigga had everybody high off one little L.
But it was this long. It was this long. So and everybody was like, oh, he was like, oh, nephew, that's the warm-up weed. Went in the back, came out with this little coffee grinder and 4 like pounds and made this thing he called gumbo.
What do you call it?
He called it gumbo. He took a pinch out of this bag, put it in grind. Pinch out of this bag, put it in grind. Put it in. It came out like powder. It was another lung with like lungs that I was like Snoop. Man, we went to dinner. So it was me, Snoop, Jane Fox, Luda, Gabrielle Union, Sanaa Lathan, and me and Gabby was going.
These all sound like high ass people that you.
And then out of
That shit
nowhere,
crazy.
out
These
of
motherfuckers get
nowhere,
high. Everybody in the house like, why is he telling this story? Everybody know we was in the smoking long ass
Billy Joe.
Out of nowhere, Billy Joe.
The piano man.
Billy Joe.
Damn,
Billy Joe. We was like, wait,
Uptown Girl.
Billy Joe.
Billy Joe and that
I made
motherfucker.
that nigga sing that shit. Hey, Billy, man, Uptown Girl, but either. I'm from Uptown. Talk about my bitches one time for me, Billy.
Billy Joe. And I was like, Billy Joe. So we're walking to dinner, and I'm telling Gabby that I'm like, Gabby, don't let me sit next to Sanaa. I had a crush on Sanaa. I was like, do not let me sit next to Sanaa. I'm high as hell. I don't know what I'm gonna say to Sanaa.
Right.
We get up to the table, Gabby's like, Tig, you should sit next to Sanaa. I was like, so I'm sitting there like, hi. Yes, that's me. I was nervous the whole dinner. I spilled the water. I fumbled.
I love Sanaa too.
It was a failure, but it was a fun failure. But I just remember it was all a cool vibe, and then Billy Joel popped up, and there was somebody else I can't remember who didn't fit that room. You were like, where the hell did they come from? Like Emmanuel Stewart or something like that popped up. We were like, what's happening?
You ain't talking about the little.
Not Emmanuel Lewis.
Emmanuel Lewis. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Emmanuel Stewart is the boxer
That's the boxer coach. Emmanuel
Him
Lewis.
showing up.
That's what I'm like.
Emmanuel Lewis. It's like, wait, how did
But he be everywhere though. You see him
Well, now he
everywhere.
everywhere, but back then you ain't see him that often.
Yeah, like Emmanuel Lewis, he just be popping up.
Man,
man.
you just be popping up.
You can be
man.
at the U-Ball on Camp Creek and he'll just walk in.
I seen the man lose that crucial one night. What you know in here, man? They gonna jump you here, man. Get your ass.
With some khakis on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was, I mean,
Oh, man.
there's some good rules.
Man, you Lewis, man.
Yeah,
know how
I was gonna say,
excited
you
we
got to
was.
be around all the cultures, man, and
I
just
know.
see shit happen for the
crazy.
first
He came and did
time.
Wildin' Out that first time. We was all.
You
I
man,
was
you
so
Lewis?
excited.
No, Emmanuel Lewis ain't never did Wildin' Out,
I'm
nigga.
about to say that must be before me. I would have been lit. I was like, where he at? I'd have grabbed his ass. Goddamn, man.
No, you wouldn't. You ain't gonna be able to pick him up. Don't think that.
Don't pick him up.
You ain't gonna be able to.
Why I
Nigga
wouldn't?
strong as a motherfucker.
Nigga, he's like a baby gorilla. You can't pick up a baby gorilla, nigga. Nobody said he wasn't an adult, nigga.
That nigga, that's stupid as hell, bro. Nigga said baby gorilla.
That's just how it happens. You're not gonna be able to pick that
But that's
man up.
stupid. And a heavyweight.
Yeah, they like a paperweight.
Just keep it right there, yeah.
Boy, that's crazy here.
Big shit poppin', man. So you've been announcing for the Falcons.
Yep.
What now with the Hawks?
The Falcons gave me a section called the Dirty Bird's Nest. A section.
How you keep from cussing?
Carefully.
Are you a fan of the Falcons?
I am a fan of the Falcons now.
Oh, now. Yeah, that's how he kept from cussing. He ain't care for a long
I don't
time.
know how you do that, bro. I don't know how you be on that mic and not say,
Well,
These
doing
niggas,
radio
yeah,
on
man.
the style help. Because I have to go, you do it.
They had to give me a bleep button.
I have to.
You do it. You know you can do it. So I'm saying you just get up. Like I've been doing radio, so I just, when I know that click that might come on, I know I just can't go that way.
But you gotta literally look at the name sometimes. You be like, who they just got out? 54? 54 Williams. All right. Lost for 5 yards.
So I mean, that honestly, the names is the hardest part for the Hawks because there's some names, especially all the European players.
Facts.
There's some, Bogdanoviches and Vucevic's and.
I love when them names be like that. I wish my name was European like that.
What?
Karlous Chokovic. Or Karlous Keepovich.
DC fucker bitch.
Chico, that's my bitch. From 3.
That's what bitch sound like. That's what bitch sound like. Chico, that's my bitch.
Chico, that's my bitch.
You can tell you got the coldest name in the whole thing though. Greg Popovich.
He damn it. Greg Popovich. Damn, he damn it.
Yeah, so I mean, the Falcons thing was fun, but this year transition in the PA announcer for the Hawks was, I had DJ 12 years in the league, 5 for the Wizards, 7 for the Hawks.
Nigga, once you get a job, you keep that motherfucker.
You did it for the Wizards.
That man don't play those games.
His first job.
Ain't no such thing as an intern. He like, you looking for an intern or you got a long position? I don't do shop shit.
He done survived through 3 company changes.
My name cost 5 years.
So what would you say was the best game that you've been a part of that you can remember?
Oh man, the entire playoff run last year for the Hawks was amazing.
That shit was crazy.
Especially coming off the pandemic, we had no people up until like playoffs, and then we was like, we might not make it out the first round. Oh, made it out the first round. Okay. Then the second round, we had all kinds of swagger in there, and we was popping, big things popping, like we was talking crazy.
Talking.
And
I got an exclusive announcement. It just came through the fax machine.
What is it?
Y'all talking all this stuff about the Hawks?
So I mean, like the energy in State Farm during the entire playoff was just the most fun. That was the most fun games I had been at.
Hey, Tigger, announce this for me.
You want me to announce that?
Yeah, because you the announcer.
Okay, ladies
I
and
want the
gentlemen.
world to know. What can y'all get ready? Just
Pop your
act
shit.
normal, y'all. Act normal. Act like we
I
don't
am
know.
now announcing, ladies and gentlemen, exclusively available beginning February 4th. There is a brand new Forever 404 85 South retail merch collabo. Yeah.
We gotta come back. Oh, we on fire. We on fire.
Chico, that's my bitch.
We on fire.
Look, I just went and got some.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh shit, I didn't even see
It
that.
say Hawks, right? It say Hawks. Yeah. Then you flip it over. Then you flip it over.
You gotta look at the sleeve. You gotta look at the sleeve. You gotta look at the sleeve.
ATL, ho.
You gotta look at the sleeve.
Atlanta
ATL,
Hawks,
ho.
85 South, ATL,
Oh, God is good.
Put that logo on the front too. It's on the front too.
Now we got some more.
up there at the top.
Yeah, right there.
How that look?
Now we got some more?
How that look to
Oh,
you?
we don't have no more?
How that look to you? How that feel?
Okay, I'm gonna grab some of these.
2 hoodies. This is one. And 2 t-shirts. One short sleeve, one's long sleeve. Beginning February 4th inside State Farm Arena at the
You
Hawk
see that
Shop.
thing right there, Lo?
They'll be available all the way up until, there's another part to this thing.
Wait. Shh. Hold up. Part 2. You got your part 2.
Okay. Part 2. There's going to be a Forever 404 85 South whole thing happening March 31st. Y'all gonna have your own ticket package. Now, for one amazing cost, you will get a ticket, you will get a t-shirt, and a $10 food and beverage credit. And,
What?
Yeah.
We gonna close
The hot dog
you
is
and
$10 already.
Oh my
Bring some money, cause the hot dog is $10 already. They
But you ain't gonna have to pay for that. You ain't gonna have to pay for that because we gonna provide you with the $10 to get at least one item,
At least
a hoodie, and a ticket to what we us.
Out of what budget?
The budget that's already established.
Oh yeah, it's coming from us.
It's already done.
Now look, I'm about to crack because I ain't never make it to the NBA.
Right.
But this good enough.
We got drafted, my boy. God is
And
good,
I
my
really feel like last year that run. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember remember when before the season started, we went to the Hawk Stadium and we did that thing where we announced all of the games and when they was playing, and then they end up going to the finals. So, I mean, this year with this, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Bro, we real ghetto legends for this one right there, bro.
Nah, congratulations. This is a good look. I mean, because everybody gonna want this. Everybody's gonna want this. Yeah. I mean, it's the right colorway.
Yeah.
It's got the 85 South on it several times. And you know, like this is kind of the thing to be rolling around in. So,
can we give a shout out to the Hawks for trusting us
with the collaboration?
I know she probably don't want no, you know, lovely lady here is in the back, you know what I mean? She is very, very instrumental in us being
Just say JS. Say JS.
You know, I don't know JS. How you doing? But thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. That really means so good.
Nah, for real, man. I'm about to cry, man. That's big, man. Bruh.
I mean, that's the one thing I appreciate about the Hawks, to be quite honest. They are so interested in being a part of blending the culture.
Facts.
You know, it's not, their whole thing is basketball. Basketball is entertainment, and we live in the home of entertainment.
Right.
So whether it be, you know, the Migos, whether it be
That's what I was just about to say, bro. They gotta get Quavo a 10-day.
He could have caught one during the damn
That's
pandemic.
all I'm saying is, bro, they just need to, if they really want to lock in,
Just let him hoop.
I need a 10-day. I'm good.
sign one of the Migos, man. They
I'm
ain't gotta
good
get
for a
in.
post up. What? My shoulder so
He gotta
strong.
get in if he just on the bench.
Well, you ain't getting
He ain't
paid.
doing nothing. What he already doing in the game?
You gotta put them in the game.
going crazy in the
You gotta
layup
put them in the game, you know they gonna win.
Crazy in the layup line.
Yeah, you gotta put them in the game, you know, when they playing somebody, you know they gonna beat, like the Magics.
I think it's gonna start a trend.
Orlando Magic.
It's gonna start a trend. Watch, you gonna go to the Falcons game next year, and the Falcons gonna be like, yeah, y'all know we 4PL.
Oh, most definitely.
That's what it is. Hey, Falcons, that's what it is. You want to win next season? Hey, man, include us in the. Hey, we got some socks or something.
Y'all need to do something. Y'all need to do something.
85 South Mercedes-Benz socks.
28 and 3.
That's what we doing.
I want to pull up in a Mercedes-Benz.
Facts.
I need for y'all to win. Fuck that
hanging out the
Mercedes-Benz. 28 and 3.
Oh, don't bring that in.
No, we're gonna bring it up. They forgot.
You know, we had to talk
Yeah,
him
he
off
was
the
there.
ledge.
He was. I remember that video. He was in the dock. Like it was in the dock. He was in the car. I was like,
I
"Flap,
just
don't
called
drive
by
on that
myself, bro.
Yeah.
It was a hand. It was like one of the street lights, right?
Yeah, it
Somebody
was-
walked by and was like, "Go Patrick." I said, "Why? Whoop your ass, boy." Oh, everything
I
I
remember that
love,
video.
boy.
He was like, "We can't have shit." I was like, "Fly, please, bro. Wherever you at, don't start the car."
How much was we celebrating at halftime? What was we thinking about?
Listen, I was in a house full of Patriot
was
niggas.
everybody
I
talking
was
about?
on their head, nigga. I walk around everybody like they here. Tom who, nigga? Tom who, nigga? Tom who, nigga? By the third quarter, everybody was looking at me. They were like, "So what's up? What's up with your Falcons now?" I was like, "I just want y'all to leave me alone." Why y'all gotta gang up on me? Why? I'm the only person in here that's a Falcon fan. I'm not the only one that's a Falcon fan.
Man.
28.
The whole
remember
city
I
was thinking about
I
Magic
was
City
watching
Monday.
the game, right? And there was some Falcons fans. We was watching the game. Niggas said the coldest shit ever. If they'd have won the game, this was big cold. I forget who was performing at halftime. Who performed at halftime? So you remember that?
Nobody knows.
Oh, that's a blur.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, they will no longer be performing. The fat lady will be singing at halftime. I was like, damn. It was looking like that. Then after the game, it was like, ooh.
When that nigga caught that ball on that nigga helmet, I said, I know we finna lose. Ain't no way in hell a nigga caught over another nigga and on his head. He had the ball on his head like, look, bitch, I caught it with your help. I caught it with your help, stupid. We're about to win.
Y'all rubbing it in, they ain't gonna call us, cut it out. That's shout out to the Atlanta Falcons.
They were gonna. I fuck with the Falcons. I gotta get some season ticket. I got season ticket at the Hawk. They just sent me the little plaque saying thank you, season
got one?
member. Yeah, I got that last season member.
And that's one of the reasons why I love, I respect and like Atlanta so much, and love Atlanta so much, is because it's one of the only places where you can come from as a black person. You know what I mean? You can come from anywhere in America and find a way here and be embraced if you're doing good business and making a way. You know what I mean? Tigger's from New York, I'm from DC, you from Atlanta, you from Mississippi, people from all over. But if you come to Atlanta and do good business and got, you know, some product that's worth having, the people will embrace you and it'll be a space for you to do it.
Hell yeah, it's like a black ass Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only place in America.
As long as you try, niggas gonna fuck with you.
Exactly.
No cap.
It's the only place in America you can come as a black person, get some money, and not be looked at like, damn, you the only nigga out here doing something.
Right, cause niggas in Atlanta be looking at you like, damn, he got no money?
Yeah, exactly.
Just got him. Everybody got some money around this one.
We just don't like when motherfuckers they be new acting like they been here.
You say what?
I said we just be hating when motherfuckers be new acting like they been here.
Oh, you can tell who ain't been here, the traffic. You can tell who don't know.
No, I mean, the whole transplant versus Grady Baby thing was the thing when I first got here. And I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, I ain't from here.
See, I'm born in Georgia Baptist, which was what that shit is? I forgot what that's Atlanta Medical now, off of Boulevard.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? My shit still in Atlanta.
I just say the coldest shit when they be like, nigga, you ain't from Atlanta. I be like, boy, I make my kids in Atlanta. Fuck you talking about?
Hey, that's fact. That's fact.
Nigga, I make babies in Atlanta. What you talking about?
That's fact.
What?
They can't say that then, my boy. Real talk. You gotta tell them folks, hey, you gotta do that shit just like that. Real talk. Real talk. They can't say that then. No cap. No cap. I don't know where this shit come from. No cap. I don't know who we be talking to. We'll talk to you over here. Why I'm up with you.
Chico, what was your favorite Atlanta word when you got here?
Shit, this nigga, most of the shit that I learned and know about Atlanta, this is my consigliere to Atlanta shit. I be asking this nigga like a real tourist, like, all right, what's real Atlanta? What's not Atlanta?
I'm saying like there's like when I first got to Atlanta, I just noticed Atlanta had their own words.
Oh yeah.
We got all
What was your favorite word when you got here? I got one.
Shit, I don't know. That's a good one, man. You know what I mean? Damn, that's a good question.
My favorite Atlanta word is fuck. F-U-T. I fuck with you, boy.
Yeah, mine probably be boy, hey boy, fuck baby,
They put
boy.
a W in, boy.
Hey boy.
My favorite
It's just
word.
if you, it's just
My favorite word I got here was
Pussy
pussy ass
nigga.
pussy ass
what
fuck
is
boy.
that? It's all one word. Yeah.
Hey, talking about like lamb.
Lamb?
Lamb is 11.
Lamb.
Yeah, we just say lamb. L-E-M. Lamb.
Ain't no T's in the lamb.
11 o'clock.
Lamb.
11 o'clock. Finna go cross the street. The street. I don't give a fuck. Anything S-T-R, it got a in it. Street.
This
the
another
strip club.
Yeah, it can be good or bad. Here you talking about.
Most definitely.
That can go either way.
Shit.
Nigga can walk in and be like, boy, I gotta have surgery on my leg. Third nigga might look at him like, here you talking about.
But then nigga be confused though, like, what the hell you talking about? You feel me? Like nigga be like, what you mean?
Nigga jump out the car with the pills. Hell you talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Head talking about, real talk.
I would want it to be
Okay.
some good dudes though, man. This shit, nigga, we just got to motherfucking deal with Atlanta Fire, the Hawks, nigga. And you talking about.
Head talking about, real talk. No cap.
What's
Like
hard for you to
I love.
make that transition coming from, you know, because you coming from DC where it's a whole nother language, and then
Not
coming
really.
down
I mean,
here,
again,
were you able to correlate the words like what meant, you know what I mean?
Y'all act like we just stupid, man. Fuck with y'all.
No, I'm just saying it's slang.
Hey, talking about.
That's it, I'm saying. I'm talking about the transition.
I've been in enough places to learn to listen first.
Yeah, exactly.
I listen first. I
Yeah,
absorb
nigga got the
stuff.
dope
Then
unlocked.
before I try it, I listen. You know what I'm saying? I just listen to how people talk, what they talking about. And then shout out to Lil Bankhead who was at the station when he just got back too. Bankhead was my hood. He was definitely my hood guy. And I was like, Bankhead, well, what if?
You sound like you have an asthma attack when you say
Hey, I told he was somewhere.
Shouting them could be
He was
more than
somewhere.
one person too. Just know that. Shouting them could be one person or 100 niggas.
I know he was somewhere. He called me. He was like, yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I'm like, where you at? He was like, I'm on the woo. And I was like, shit. Hold up. Let me do my nigga GPA right quick. Hold up. Where you at?
Yeah.
Hey, my boy, you straight? You know I can
Out
goddamn.
of nowhere, I was on the east side. I was on the east side, and he called me. He was like, "Boy, you straight?" I'm like, "Nigga, you know I'm here. You like, yeah, boy, but you on the side of town, I might not be able to get to you, boy. You straight? I'm like, man, I'm good. All right, you know, I was just making sure. I'm like, nigga, how the hell you know I was here? He was like, shit, he talking about. I'm like, I bet, bro. Appreciate you for looking out, nigga.
Nigga, you in the city, nigga gonna say something. Nigga like, but Chico over here, but you know? I said, I know now.
But they got this shit divided for real, nigga. West side nigga don't go to the east side. East side
got all that from him.
Don't go to
he
west.
said, I remember I was asking him, like, what's the difference? He was like, nigga, every time I was over there, I was like, boy,
I'm gonna tell you,
what am I doing over here?
I'm gonna tell you what, and it just resonated with me, right? And how people look at Atlanta. You know how when we be in LA, when we go to LA, we might be in LA, Long Beach, Pasadena, Santa Monica,
Hollywood.
Watts, Hollywood. We in all these different cities. But if somebody calls you like, where you at? Well, I'm in LA. Now how these niggas do Atlanta? These niggas might be in Stone Mountain, Latonia, Decatur, Snellville, Gwinnett. You call them niggas, where they at? Boy, I'm in Atlanta. You're not in Atlanta, my boy. You dig what I'm saying? So it like, it is what it is. We kind of like embrace it where it's just like, we couldn't fight that shit, but like we could not. Tell a nigga from Snellville, you not from Atlanta, he looking you up and down. Well, I'm small in Atlanta, why you like, no, you are not.
I feel you, bro.
No, you not.
That's the same way I feel about the DMV. You like, you is Hagertown. That is not, where you at, DC? No, you're not. You are in Hagerstown, Maryland, sir. It's not even a metro bus that go
We
out
have our own school called Atlanta Public School. You go to Gwinnett. I'm not from Atlanta.
That shit bothers him.
Ooh, that shit be but you know, I got old while I was like, bro,
It don't matter.
it don't even matter, bro.
I think
I
everybody
swear,
trying to make that Bay Area type feel, you know, because the Bay Area embrace all the cities of the Bay Area is accepted. San Francisco, Vallejo, you know what I mean? All the different stock.
But see, they came up with a word to represent everybody. They was just outskirts like, shit, let's just steal their name. They already hot. Shit, we just gonna take Atlanta. They nobody know. We stay in Snellville. Nobody know we stay in Latonia.
That sound like it's far.
Latonia about 50 minutes out. Listen, 285
It's
for
called
real.
Latonia.
They be called Latonia. But this way it get tricky though, Lo. I mean, Chico, this way it get tricky then. You got APS, then you got Fulton County. Now we got counties. Now Fulton County is the full Atlanta on the west side. We don't share no other county. We don't know none of that. On the east side, you got a little bit of Fulton County, but then you got DeKalb County. They got their own county. Now you got some other cities who share our county.
But that's considered Atlanta. The east side is considered Atlanta, right?
Yeah, we got east side too, but it ain't big. That's why I call Decatur. They got their own city. That shit huge.
What about the south side? That's
It's
College
south
Park.
of Atlanta. But College Park is his own city. College Park,
Basically,
Georgia.
anywhere in Georgia they got their own police. That's a whole nother city.
East Point, literally all this in the sun. East Point is another city.
Wow.
East Point, Georgia.
Yep.
College Park, Georgia. Yeah, this shit get deep. I'm just really from Atlanta.
But
for
the
real,
shit so.
dude.
Let me show you how fucking crazy this
I'm
shit
like,
is.
sorry, I don't know about all that extra shit, but I know who y'all really is, though.
If I leave my house and make a right, I go to Atlanta.
Okay.
If I make a left, nigga, I ain't gonna tell you what other part it is. I stay right in the middle.
Right. This nigga over there talking about, I'm trying to figure out where he is.
No, I ain't gonna tell niggas. I
know exactly
if I
where
go
he
this
is.
way,
Oh,
I'm
you right there. Okay, right there. Okay, that way he at.
That way he at. Hey, this way he at.
This way he at. Nah, no cap though, bro. But see, I love that shit because even like it's so many people that's moving down here, it's making the outskirts even get better. So you could be at Lovejoy and all that. Eventually, them places gonna get better because there's gonna be so many people moving here. You feel me? Like they ain't doing nothing but just building shit everywhere. I'm talking about they building apartments out of nowhere. You like they doing this for a reason. They got a plan. Niggas, motherfuckers ain't making no $9 million projects out here for no reason. Trust me.
That's the other thing that's really dope about the Hawks, though, is because there are so many people not from Atlanta here.
Facts.
But people love the organization, they love the team, the players. Like, for that type of energy to be in the building, you would have thought everybody from East Side, West Side,
Facts.
Southwest, you know what I'm saying? But there's so many people that's from, you know, like from everywhere else that all call here home now, that represent for these teams and represent for that energy. So, like, that's one of the things that's kind of really dope
And the
about the
culture
Hawks.
coming out of this city is so strong. They remember, I would say Atlanta's been the most influential city in the rap game for what, 20 years now, damn near. I mean, when you think about what then came out of this, out of everywhere, the most consistently represented city in hip hop has been Atlanta since like 2000.
This one of the only cities where niggas can have fun. As a nigga.
Yeah.
Be a nigga. I'm talking about as a nigga. Like, think about it. You could do all this shit, nigga. You could go shopping. You can meet the girl of your dreams 3-4 times. You can go to the strip club.
You go to the strip club.
You can have
like
a birthday
a 5-star restaurant in the strip club. Nigga. I tell you, man, he took me to the Blue Flame, and I don't do strip clubs. I respect the culture, and I know I'm not giving you bitches no money, so I don't go. Because I respect what y'all doing. But he was like, nah, man, don't even worry about that. I'm gonna take you and show you something else. We go to the Flame, and everybody know him. Has either been all in and out the culture or whatever. So I go sit down. I'm like, man, I'm hungry. Let's take me to somewhere get something to eat real quick. He was like, nigga, shut up and just shut up. I got you. We get in there, man. I look at the menu. I was like, man, this is setup. They ain't selling all this shit here. Ain't no way, nigga. Steak chips and macaroni and cheese and braised collards. I'm like, nigga,
that good macaroni with the little string of macaroni cheese right on your chin.
I'm sitting there eating this shit and this ass everywhere. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever leaving. I don't think I'm ever going to. I see that how you come down here, you come from a place where they don't even let the women get naked in the strip club.
Yeah.
And you come down
that's
here
one
and
of my
see everything,
favorite things to do.
and you got a plate full of grandma's cooking.
When like my OG uncles and shit, like when the family come to town, they always, nephew, come on, we going tonight. We going.
Okay.
Boy, you taking the motherfucking Blue Flame, they would talk about that shit for 7 years. Shit,
Hey, might have been about 7 years.
Tell him. Hey, when we was in there, hey, my nephew out there doing it now. Hey, all the strippers know his name. He had us in there. We in VIP. I'm drinking at the bar and every motherfucker. I can't wait to go back.
Same with this nigga. I remember the first time we did our first live show at the Smith's old bar. Afterwards, we got our little, we had broke down a little money we made. Wasn't no money for real. This nigga DC said, hey nigga, this is Will. He said, I'm about to go throw all this shit. I'm like, where you gonna throw it at? He was like, I'm about to go throw all this shit tonight. I'm like, what? I don't even know why he told me that shit. I'm just standing there smoking. This nigga walk up to me and whisper, hey Chico, I'm about to go throw all this shit.
That shit make you do shit. I went to the Flame. That
motherfucker text me from the Flame. Boy, he'll going crazy.
Hey, I be creeping in that motherfucker like an old player. Like, y'all bitches know when y'all see me. Y'all know how I get down. I'm wait for a minute.
I can tell you were raised by some old niggas around here because you do the classic shit. Nigga, throw the money and leave.
Yeah, you don't.
Soon as you get through, you got to leave. Don't hang around.
Don't hang around.
I learned my lesson.
You'll get hurt because when another nigga throw more money than you be like, man, I should have left.
No, I learned my lesson.
I should just left.
We did that shit with Wildin' Out. When we went to the Magic City for Wildin' Out that time we first started shooting in Atlanta. And I'm thinking, man, all right, I'm gonna go ahead. Don't nobody know me. We at Magic City, man. You know what I mean? It's straight. So we walk in, I ain't got no money. I'm thinking I'm gonna go in there, stand around for a second and leave. Nigga was like, I know we ain't got that boy Chico Bean in here, bitch. I was like, hey, go get me $500. Listen. That's all I'm trying to do. Cause I'm not gonna fuck my name up in here.
That's why I don't like going to
You gotta throw some money.
I gotta throw some.
You gotta throw some money.
Monday is competition night.
Yeah, you can't go.
It's just who throw the most money. You ain't even enjoying yourself.
I'm not going
I
on
don't know
Monday.
what y'all was looking at. This motherfucker's so fine in Magic City, it'll make you borrow some money.
No problem.
It always be that one nigga. I'm straight, ain't gonna do nothing. That be the first motherfucker. Hey, man,
Let me hold up. I can't.
he be acting like the stripper wanna dance. She wanna get down with it.
I don't want to turn. I mean, who am I?
She got kids, though. She got I want to support. We in here.
I been getting all them bitches with scrap marks. Come on,
like that.
What type of DC was that stayed in? I got out of pocket. I think I threw about 5,000.
You
That's
could
the most?
See, but
That's the most
That's
ever.
different
I think
in
me
the
too,
city.
like
Like, that ain't
45.
our culture. The strip club. I mean, the only strip club we really had in the city was the Penthouse. That my uncle used to, you know, what I mean,
That was terrible.
God
See,
bless him,
Atlanta-
he lost his life. in
Atlanta
front of the
strip
Penthouse.
is
That
different
was,
though, man.
That was, you know, my area. I grew up right there, so I grew up seeing it. I knew the girls, and from being around them, I got a picture of me in the Penthouse with a chain on at 6 years old. Like them niggas had me around and shit.
Right.
So I was like,
Shawty,
it's a-
Atlanta used to be crazy. Like, it used to be like mini Vegas. Fulton Industrial used to be a strip full of prostitutes. 70s and 80s.
The same prostitutes is still out there too.
I mean, the one that's still alive. The one that's still
he
alive.
just snitched on himself. He make the right.
It's like Walking Dead.
He make that left. He go down there with a
It's that Walking Dead.
Fucked up part. You're actually right.
You are correct.
You correct as a motherfucker.
No cap. That's my old neighborhood. That motherfucker is lit.
Them Atlanta strip is different though, man. You gotta give them money.
It's
The
the
shit
culture,
they
man,
gonna
yeah.
get butt naked.
Yeah, that's.
I'm talking about everything. You can see her lungs. Is that those lungs?
That nigga stupid as fuck,
How you look at the love?
I ain't seen them. I ain't seen them before.
Oh man.
They in there.
Then the fucked up part you did it. Then you fuck around and big Tigger on the mic. Make some noise for lungs coming to the stage. So it's like, nigga, this is a.
Why all the strip club DJs talk the same?
They always do.
It's the process. It's psychological.
We need Pina Colada.
They have a lot of
Come to the
announcements.
stage.
Come to the
Pina
top side. We
Colada.
got Diamond coming to the stage. I need Diamond, Kitty Cat, and Coca-Cola. Get it ready. We got $1,500 at once coming from the top side. I'm about to turn this motherfucker up.
Y'all gotta
2
put some
o'clock
money.
in the morning. We still just getting started. Make sure you tip your waitresses, bartenders, $60 parking, $30 for fuck niggas. If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Break bread or play dead.
See what I'm saying? That's
Hey.
what I went to the Blue Flame.
You can tell there wasn't no bottle in there.
All the
Them niggas
way,
be going
man.
crazy.
You gotta love this city for that, man. This you gotta love the culture of this city.
Hey,
is
I'm
what it
telling you what
is.
you do. You just grab the money and hold it. You get the money and you just hold it and you just watch them. They just stare. They just look at you like little roaches. You see them, they come itching on up. You be like, yeah, she want that money right here.
Boy.
You do the money like that, they go with the money. You be like, look at this crazy, look at those. They go with the money. Just hold
Those
tight.
were the good old days. Atlanta got the best strippers.
I still
though.
go.
They'll put your food order in. Go get you some weed.
And want a whole $100. You like, bitch, you ain't damn now song.
Hey, bring it back.
$5 song, man. $15, that's all you need.
Hey man,
Got me fucked
gotta
up.
love it, man.
It's just a different city,
It's a
man.
different
It's something
city,
about
man,
this
all the
place.
way.
As a black man, it's the blackest city that you could.
Did you ever have this on your, you know, in your radar, like throughout the years of you going up? Did you ever see yourself being here and entrenching yourself into this culture?
Being in Atlanta. I always came. It was always fun to come visit, especially when they had up in like Buckhead when they had that whole like club roll that was like they was
that
open
was
till
the
like
shit.
4-5 in the morning, and I would come down here and I'd be like, it's open to what? And I'd be like, all right, so we just be like going across the street to a club. That was kind of dope.
That was back in the day when
was
motherfuckers
back in the
leave
day.
the house at 2 in
What
the
was it
morning.
like to be famous when fame was fame?
When fame was
Like,
fame.
When fame was fame.
When you was 17
Fame
years old,
Fame had
and
money.
that's the only
days a
time they
week.
see you. Like they ain't got no access to be able to call you a buck nigga in your comments or Chico take your head on boy and ass nigga. Like there wasn't none of that. Like when it was just really fame, like what did it feel?
It was
What's
a
the
lot
difference?
of fun. You had to move a little bit more careful as well. Like back then, I had security. I wouldn't go to like I would when I got out of town, in particularly because you know it can happen. It's gonna happen out of town. But like it was a lot more energy for it. Because you didn't see people, you didn't have that access every day other than seeing me on TV. So if I popped up, they was like, oh, you know, like it was a lot bit more energy to it. So it was just different. Because now, like, everybody feel like they know you because of your social media. They can see you on live, they can see you post, they can see
What you ate
everything.
today,
Right, like, and they may see you up the street. Like, you know? Atlanta's different because you really might run into somebody doing nothing. But like, for that was a lot of fun back then. Like it was a lot of
Couldn't
fun.
imagine, bro.
It was a lot of fun.
Being famous back
A
then.
lot of fun. With no
I would have turned into a whole nother nigga.
with no
Stop talking to me.
with no camera phones.
No camera phone, no nothing.
Oh my God, you was famous when it was really like when you walked into a place
Pandemonium.
and they said your name. We got Big Tigger in the building, everybody. Ooh.
Bitches fucking cause they don't know when you coming back.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. You know what I mean? Now it's
feel
like,
me?
yeah, nigga in the building. Oh, they fucking.
Now bitch be like, I hate your Instagram. You like, bitch, you don't know if you gonna see me again, ho. You tripping.
Oh yeah, nah, it was just. I mean, all of it was different. There was no social media. There was no camera phone. If you heard a rumor, guess what it was? A rumor. You got pictures? Nope. Oh, that's a lie. So I mean, like it was a lot of stuff that happened back then. That was a lot of fun that no one really talks about, just because there's no. Why would you snitch on yourself now?
That's why Gabrielle Union and them gonna be calling you like, well, what the fuck you say that shit on the show for?
Yo, my man.
Don't nobody need to know we was getting that high. God damn, Billy Joe.
No, see, we
Billy
laugh
Joe.
about
For real.
that one. That's hilarious.
Nah, that's the
I was
OG, man.
nervous
I
as hell
love
sitting
that.
next to Sanaa. Hey, Sanaa.
It's not so
I think
beautiful.
we all would be. Hey, Sanaa.
This is when she was sunshine too.
She's still sunshine. Come brighten up this couch.
You know who's still beautiful too? Nia Long.
Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan, Regina Hall, all of them.
All
We would
of them
love
bad.
for all of you.
Y'all
please.
always say the same motherfuckers, man. Don't nobody never shout out Viola Davis. Hey,
Shout out Viola Davis.
I hate you. And I fuck about all the day. You tripping. Man, that motherfucker pink.
stop playing. You ain't gotta say everything.
Oh my God.
You started the shit. How you gonna throw me up in the alley and be like, why you duck? You know I'm a windmill that bitch. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, no, that was I would say primarily
Throw that bitch on the
biggest
mat,
difference back
boy.
then. You could move a lot
motherfucker pink.
quieter.
Damn.
You can move a lot quieter. I mean, yeah. Stop it. You see it in my face. Yeah.
Hey man.
Hey, boy.
Hey, my nephew.
Listen.
He doing it.
He doing it.
Hey man.
Damn, boy, I swear,
I
man.
remember that year. It was like what year was it? We did the Cash Money Rough Rider tour. I hosted.
Whoa, you was on
I
that?
hosted it.
Oh my
There was
God.
so much hair and coochie around that motherfucker.
Oh my
Damn it,
God.
DC.
I hosted the Cash Money Rough Rider tour, and I learned so much.
I bet you did.
Cause I was on a tour bus, you know, like from city. Like I was only doing like the weekend, so I would go like Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday I would fly back home, and then I fly back Friday wherever to meet them, and then like Friday,
And that
Saturday.
bitch was lit.
But I mean, the things that I saw and learned on them tour buses around that group, between Cash Money and the Rough Riders, when they were Cash Money
99,
and
2000,
the Rough Riders.
98, 99. Oh my God.
With the leather vest with the R's on the
Reeboks with
motherfucker.
the Jabos, bro, when they was still, when Baby had 2 watches and, oh my God.
With the black Cash Money chain.
Oh man, the original,
one,
when the Hat Boys was the Hat Boys.
There was another one with I think it was the Jingle Ball something. It was Ja Rule and Cash Money, Ja Rule and somebody else. That was another tour I hosted. And then I went on tour with R, and that was just amazing.
Oh yeah, I saw him. I'm sure. Yeah, and then with that, we want to thank Big Tigger for coming out. We don't want to get into none of this story. The Hawks, 85. We gonna end it right.
We got the Hulk. The Hulk.
No,
We like that pussy pink.
Chico, all I want to say right now, this nigga's in love.
I think them lungs.
Them love that right there. Yeah, that's what we gonna end it on. Is them love.
Yeah, I think
Tigger, drop your social media, man, so they can get in touch with you.
Please pull up on your boy at Big Tigger Show. See my morning show at Big Tigger Morning Show. Shout out V103 in Atlanta. Shout out to ATL Hawks. Appreciate it. One of the other things I really love about the organization, they like the first time they was like, yeah, we want our brands to. Now you know, watch it, hit the feeling.
Right.
An NBA team said, we want our brand to be aligned with your brand.
Right.
That's why I was about to cry earlier, man.
That's how strong your
That's why I love the Hawks, man.
The first time they told me that, I was like,
That's why I fuck with the Hawks.
you know, like for real? So So I mean, like they've done an incredible job of intertwining the culture with the entertainment and basketball. So shout out to everybody over there at that State Farm Arena, Atlanta.
Facts.
Bro, what if this shit just keep getting deeper and deeper? They changed the kiss cam, the titty cam. And they just find big titties and they be like, we got titties in the building. Let's say that one. Let's say that one. Let's say that one.
You know we got the long cam. They looking for long.
Looking for long. Hold up.
That's gonna be our next collab. We're gonna do something with lungs and respiratory therapy.
Hey man, get what? We can't leave without an exclusive freestyle.
Oh God.
What y'all thought? Y'all gonna let him creep up out of here like that?
No, he thought he was leaving.
He thought he was gonna leave.
He thought he was gonna leave. J.O.N. Ladies and pimpin', man.
Ladies and pimpin'.
That's the one?
Hold up.
Kick it off, DC.
Nah, it got real, but we finna get real up. Already coolin' with my nigga. Yeah, big Tigger. Listen, you already know how we get down. West side, yeah, I get round. Come around, man, and get down.
Okay.
Everybody know, man, I get round. Listen, west side, be the best side. APA, that's my side. I'ma tell you like this shit is only one counter where I ride. Listen, your name Chico.
Yep.
Fuck around, hit the free throw.
Yep.
Salute to the hawk.
Yeah.
Fuck what you thought, you did.
But what you thought we get boom.
Yeah,
Damn, I see the girl long.
yeah,
You know we do it bigger.
Yeah.
In a motherfucking trouble, big Tigger.
Big Tigger.
And you know I ain't playing.
yeah,
Can you hear what I'm saying?
yeah.
We don't never do the most. Gotta pass it to my homeboy Los.
One more time, let me kick it like I got some shit on my shoe. That's just what I came to do. And you know that I'm a fool. I'm that dude breaking off slabs. I'm that dude that's sweeping off crumbs. I'm that dude gonna tilt that stripper, bust it open. Let me see them lungs. What you need? Man, we don't even smoke no weed. But I'm higher than a bird. You need some glasses if you can't see.
Hey, what you thought?
Yeah.
85 South and them hoes.
Yeah.
Big Tigger, give me what you need. Squeeze you till you can't breathe. Screaming fire me. With my man Chico Bean. And my man Los Miller. Big Tigger, I'm a killer.
We doing iconic shit, and he didn't leave. He didn't leave. Stay right here with your boys, man. I'm
I just What the fuck happened?
We don't know.
Y'all still don't know?
We don't know.